Imagine you're shopping for a handbag. On one side, there's the $15,000 Hermes Birkin bag. It's a symbol of exclusivity, craftsmanship, luxury. On the other side, there's the $100 Walmart Birkin bag, a popular dupe of the Birkin bag. Both can carry your belongings, but the Hermes, the Birkin bag, tells a story of unmatched quality, of refinery, of status. While the dupe is functional and it is still in demand, believe me, as of right now, I can't even find the Wirkin online. I can't even purchase it. And even though there are women clamoring for the Wirkin, there's just still something missing. It still lacks the same prestige as the Birkin bag. Take that all in and apply it to your coaching program. It's not just about the numbers. It's about positioning your value and clarity. Today, I'm going to show you how to price your coaching program with confidence and with clarity. Whether it's a Birkin or it's a Wirkin, let's dive into this. Okay, ready, set, let's go.
Hey there, I'm Renee from Raw Branded, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs to identify and package their unique story and genius into an authentic brand and business that attracts their soulmate clients.
Hello, my beautiful souls. I hope that you're taking care and doing well. The way in which you price your coaching program matters. In fact, because I'm the good doctor, we're going to go back to data. Let's take a look at this. So, research shows that 81% of consumers base their buying decisions on perceived value, not just the price tag. So, us, we're purchasing products based on our perceived value of that said product. So when you price your program, you're not just charging for the service, you're sending a message about the transformation that it can give to your clients. Let's go back to the example of Birkin versus Wirkin, okay? Let's go back to that. Like we said before, the Birkin isn't just a bag. It's a statement of a type of lifestyle. It's a symbol of success. And someone who's carrying a Birkin bag, they're doing so because they want to feel a sense of pride and exclusivity, right? It's that kind of, again, that status symbol. Meanwhile, I'm saying that the Wirkin bag, or the Wirkin woman's version of the Birkin bag, the Wirkin is functional, right? It's still beautiful. And from the girlies out here who have purchased the bag and unboxed them, and I love watching that, thank you for sharing that. It looks as if the Wirkin is working for us. So there is that to be said about the bag. And again, you can't even get it. But that being said, the Wirkin doesn't come with that same transformational experience, the same kind of feel, that same appeal. There's still a different level of prestige. And your coaching program works in the same way. When you price for value, you're not just pricing your program based on the time or the information, you're selling the life-changing transformation that you give to your clients. Really, it should be on that level. It should be life-changing. It should be transformational. That's what branding is at the core. And why I love it so much, I OCD, obsessed about branding, as you know, because when it comes down to it, when branding is done right, it's not just about like the hard nuts and bolts, like how much is this priced? You're selling an experience, right? Birkin, Wirkin, experience. And this is why pricing matters. Now, let's talk numbers, and no, I'm not talking about girl math. As a good doctor, I'm here to help you, so let's calculate your baseline price. And let's make it easy. Okay, into the classroom we go. So we're gonna look at your cost, right? So when I'm saying your cost, I'm talking about all your direct expenses. So think of like your software. What does that cost? Look about Wi-Fi. How much is that? Do you have a designer? At this point in time, you probably don't. Unless you have the luxury, you have the funds to invest in a designer. That may be the case. Marketing. Are you doing anything else that is costing you in terms of marketing? So look at those things first. And let's say that you're spending $500 a month on all of these direct expenses. And then the next thing you want to look at is your time. And when I'm saying time, I'm thinking about like your hourly rate. And this is one you're going to have to think about a little bit. What is the time? What is your hourly? Type that long nails. What is your hourly rate? And think of a number here that's reasonable, but also you don't want to shortchange yourself. And believe me, in the beginning of coaching, I did that so many times where I would price extremely low. I'm talking about, I don't even want to say the number, but I was just looking to get a client initially. So I was putting that aside. But you guys, right now, you're professionals, you're pros, you have talent, you have experience. So take that into account and think about, if you don't already do freelancing, what is that hourly rate? So let's say it looks something like this. Let's say with that one client, it's $500. And then you're going to factor in your expertise into this equation, right? So then you also want to keep in mind the value that you bring. Like if you're saving your client's time, additional funds, what does that look like? If you're doing the $500 that you need to pay your bills, and then it costs you another $500 plus your expertise, your value at a baseline level, that's $1,000. And then you adjust that however you feel it needs to be fit. If you're giving huge transformations and you're changing lives here, you want to be reasonable. Then you can change that number and say, well, my program is either worth $1,000 or it be worth $1,500, because again, what I'm doing is going to save my clients X amount of time, X amount of struggles, X amount of pain, or they're going to super fast track their work and I'm saving them thousands of dollars. So you adjust, keeping those things into consideration. Now, here's where we get into the good stuff. Pricing based on the transformation you offer. Let's go deeper with an example. Imagine you're a business coach helping entrepreneurs to grow their income to $10,000 a month. I wonder who does that. What's that worth to your clients? A lot more than $1,000, right? So if you price your program at $2,500, your clients are getting incredible ROI. You see that? And so are you. Even though we're dealing with a $1,000 investment, the return on the investment is going to be huge for your clients and huge for you as well. Your pricing will reflect the transformation and the value of your program, not just the time spent going through it or the time you've spent creating it. It's more of the what are your clients getting and what's the value in what they're getting. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to do the actual math behind this and to provide actual value. This is so that you're pricing your program authentically. This is not a cash grab. We don't do that over here. We're doing authentic pricing. We're doing an authentic experience for your clients. So all that being said, you have to take another step into consideration, and that is to research your competitors. Yes, everyone's got a competitor, air quotes on that, because I like to say, and I believe, that everyone has a unique brand, so there is no comparison. But when we're looking at marketing, we're looking at the numbers and who's similar in your space, then okay, we can say there are competitors, all right? So looking at your competitors, take that into account when you're trying to calculate your numbers. Take into account the actual value and then the perceived value. And I'm gonna go back into the classroom for this. Another thing to consider is the actual value of a product. So for instance, I'm gonna give an example like this. All right, we have Coach A. Let's say Coach A charges $1,500 for basic business advice, right? But then we have Coach B, and Coach B gives the same basic advice, but they're going in one-on-one sessions. So you get some one-on-one sessions, plus you get personalized audits. Maybe they do like a branding audit, or if you're a social media manager, you're doing a social media audit. Let's say you're a coach that's doing health coaching, you're doing a health audit. Or maybe if you're a coach who's doing relationship advice, maybe you're auditing your clients, how they text their mates. And then maybe the same coach also throws in bonuses. So given all of this, the actual value when you're looking at Coach A versus Coach B. Although they're giving the same program, the same basic advice, with all the bells and whistles thrown in, it makes sense that Coach B can charge $2,500 for their program. So what's the difference? Let's do a quick comparison here looking at bottles of water. You're kind of like the premium bottle of water. You're like the Evian. It's your local spring water versus your Evian or your Perrier, right? So not only is the price point there, but at least you think you're getting all the bells and whistles. Maybe you actually are. That's one thing to consider. But then the brand itself, the experience, is it an Evian Perrier kind of experience that warrants the $2,500, even if you took away some of these bells and whistles and let's say it was just that much bump, but the experience is there's so much more clarity. It is crystal clear like water. It is the best water ever, allegedly, that you can find, and that's your program. So yes, that price point makes sense. But if you're giving just, basic advice, it's tap water, it's something you can filter in your local Brita, then yeah, maybe does make sense that you offer the $1,500 for that program. At the end of the day, both bottles of water will quench your thirst. You'll be hydrated. You'll be fine. But which way will you want to be hydrated? Do you believe that having it from the best spring there is gets you that much more hydration and health benefits, perhaps? Or maybe you just feel as if in alignment with who I am, the prestige that I give off, and I do drink from the best water. And that's why you would choose your Evian Fancy Perrier water versus your tap water experience. There you go. And that is branding at its finest. One thing to remember, that your initial price isn't permanent. Regardless of your season, you've been doing this for a minute, or this is your first time diving into online coaching, just think of your pricing, whatever you have right now, as a starting point. Because pricing your coaching program, there's an art and science here. There's going to be trial and error. You're going to feel it out. You're going to feel out what makes sense for your clients. But most importantly, you need to have the right mix of cost analysis, value-based pricing, and a couple of dashes of market research mixed into the blend. And then you're going to find the number that feels right for you and your clients. Do your market research. And if you're ready to master pricing and build an authentic and profitable business and brand, then I want to introduce you to The Product Is You.
In The Product Is You, you'll learn how to create an authentic brand and business that will allow you to attract your ideal clients. We walk through the whole process of validating your offer, creating your authentic brand, setting up content creation and marketing strategies to attract your soulmate clients, and ultimately creating an authentic and profitable business that feels good to you and your clients. We go through the whole process, step by step by step. Once again, the link for more information is down below, so check that out.
What's your biggest takeaway from today's video? And don't tell me there was a lot of girl math, okay? And what's your biggest takeaway? Comment below. I'd love to hear what that is for you. And of course, if you like this video, then like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can keep seeing videos like this one in your feed. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.